In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up your own Printful e-commerce website. So it's actually very easy to do. If you know how to open up a new Instagram account or a new Facebook account, you can set up your own Printful account. It is that easy. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go on printful.com, and then you're going to get a page that looks, similar to this one, depending on when you sign up, because sometimes this dashboard changes. So you're going to click on sign up. Very easy, guys. And then you're going to input your name, email address, and password. Click sign up, and you're going to get an email to confirm that you actually just opened a brand new account, because they want to make sure that a real human being just sign up. Very easy. So I do have two Printful accounts already, so I don't want to go and create another one and then have to cancel it. So that's pretty much it. And you can actually have multiple Printful accounts. So like I said, I have two Printful accounts that I use, and I sync them to different stores, right? And so once you set up, so the next time you come on Printful, all you have to do is to just sign in. So now I'm gonna sign in into my account, and I'm gonna show you how to sync your Printful account to your Etsy store. So I actually use Printful mainly on two platforms. So I use it on my Etsy, for my Etsy store, and for my WooCommerce site, even though I am planning on setting up an eBay account, so an eBay store as well. I do have an eBay store, but to sync it to my eBay store. All right, so now let me sign into my Printful account. So I'm just gonna click on that one. All right, so now I've signed into my account, and let me just walk you through my Printful account very quickly. All right, so this is my dashboard. I'm just gonna quickly walk you through it. So the first tab, it's the other tabs, and then it shows you pretty much how much sales you are currently making, and then your file library, right? So once you design your t-shirt designs or for your cell phones or whatnot, you're gonna go and upload it to Printful. And then you have your stores, right? It's very self-explanatory, very easy. So like I said, I mainly have it just for my Etsy and my WooCommerce site. I have synced it to my eBay store, but I haven't set it up yet. So mainly I use it for Etsy mainly, and then for my WooCommerce store, and then warehouse. So Printful actually has a fulfillment service, right? So let's say you sell some other products that has nothing to do with t-shirt or whatnot. Let's say you sell shoes, or you sell handbags, or you sell, or face creams or whatnot, and then you actually want Printful to fulfill those items for you. Then you're gonna send it over to the warehouse, and then you're gonna sync it to your Printful account one way or the other, and then when somebody places an order, Printful will ship it out for you on your behalf. And then you have report. So I actually don't use this, the last three tabs here, right? So mainly I just use mainly orders, stores, and file library, right? Most times I just use stores, and I'm going to show you that very quickly. Okay, so let's go to the stores section. So this is where you are going to actually sync your Printful account to Etsy. So again, if you know how to set up a Facebook account, you can add your store to Printful. So here, so these are the platforms that Printful actually syncs to, or that Printful connects to, right? So you've got Shopify, Etsy, WooCommerce, what is this? Big Cartel, ShipStation, Store Envy, BigCommerce, Equid, Amazon, Weebly, Squarespace. You've got TikTok, you've got Gumroad, eBay, and you've got Inktail, right? So many different platforms that Printful actually syncs to. But I use mainly Etsy and WooCommerce, because those are the two platforms that I sell products on. So we're gonna click on that, choose platform. So, and then if you do have a Shopify store, then you're just going to click on it and connect it to your Shopify store. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we are just going to be working with just one platform right now. And in a future video based on demand for it, then I will create a separate one for WooCommerce or Shopify. So let's click on Etsy Connect. So I've actually already connected my account to Etsy, right? So, and then Printful also has a tutorial that you can just watch, and and then they have screen captures, right, to help you, just to make sure that everything goes well. And what I love about Printful is that they have a tutorial, video tutorial, and also a text tutorial for pretty much every single thing, right? Every single aspect. So it's very easy. So you can either watch that tutorial, right, or and then you're just gonna go click on connect to Etsy, and then so what you have to do though is that you have to go and log in to your Etsy account. So first you have to make sure that first you create an Etsy account, right? Because let's say you don't have an Etsy account, then this isn't going to work. So I do have an Etsy account already. So once you click on connect to Etsy, it's going to take you to Etsy, but it's going to take you to this page right here. So I've already signed in to Etsy, so that's why it's showing right here. So I do have two Etsy accounts. So let's say I signed into that other Etsy account, then it's going to take me to that Etsy account, which I obviously do not want, right? Because I want to connect this particular Printful account to a particular Etsy account, right? Because remember I said that I have two Printful accounts and I have two Etsy accounts. So here it's showing me you're signing as that, and if that's not me or if it's a separate different account, then I just sign in, right? And then I go log out of that account and then log in into the account that I actually want to sign into. Hopefully this all makes sense. And then yeah, and then you just want to go click on allow access, and if everything goes well, then that particular Etsy account should start showing on your Printful dashboard. So I'm gonna click on connect, even though I've already connected already, right? Okay, so now it's saying add product, right? So once you connected to your Etsy account, then this page should pop up. If it doesn't pop up, go back and try again, or you can always send Printful a message, right? So it's right there. They're actually very helpful, right? But again, if you know how to set up a Facebook account, you can set this up. It's very easy. So now the next step now will be to start adding products. So now you've created your Printful account, you've created your Etsy account, and now you've synced both together. So you've synced your Printful account to your Etsy account, right? And one thing to note is that you can only sync one Printful account to one Etsy account. So you can't have one Printful account synced to two Etsy accounts, because I tried that one time and that just didn't work. So I had to go open the second Etsy account and then the second Printful account, right? So only one Printful account to one Etsy, one Printful, one WooCommerce, one Printful, one Shopify, right? Or at least for Etsy, I know that's how it works, right? Only one platform. Okay, so these are my products. I've already synced them to my Etsy account. But let's create a brand new product. So you're gonna go on add product, and then later on I'm gonna show you what my Etsy page looks like. So we're gonna go click on that, and then depending on what you are designing, right? Men's clothing, women's clothing, kids clothing, accessories, home and living. So most times I'm designing women's clothing, and again I have different styles: t-shirts, all over t-shirts, tank tops, crop tops. So right now it's December, winter time, so mostly I am designing t-shirts or hoodies, or anything for the winter, right? But for the sake of this tutorial, let's just click on t-shirts, and again they have different styles, and Printful just came up with this mockup, which is perfect because for me, so I have two accounts. One account actually is geared towards African American ladies, right? So I was actually quite excited that I got this, even though I do have a separate website where I do my mockups, and I'm going to show you that in in a later tutorial because this is getting a bit long. Okay, so you can see the different designs, styles that they have, and the colors that they have, and they also have the pricing as well, right? So most times I actually use this design because they have multiple colors. Sometimes depending on what I'm designing, right, and depending on my price point, then I will use this, right, because they, like as you can see, they only have 4 colors, right? So because it's the cheapest. So let me just click on that for now. So we've clicked on that. Okay, so now, so yeah, so you can see, you know, that they have 4 colors and up to 3XL, right? So even though you do have this markup of this guy right here, it doesn't matter, and you're gonna see why later on. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do will be to go upload your file, right? Choose file, and then so right now I do have all these, you know, files uploaded already to my Printful account, right? But let's say obviously your account should be brand new, so meaning you aren't going to have anything here, right? So what you're going to do is just to go and upload your file to Printful. So you go on here and then you're going to go upload it from your laptop, or let's say you have everything on Google Drive or on Dropbox. Again, it's very easy to upload files. And then Printful also has, you know, some sample images, right? But you know, but I'm guessing you're gonna have your own design, right? So let me just click on this design. For example, it says fresh prints, right? And then in a later video, I'm going to be showing you how to get designs for as low as 99 cents. Where to get designs for as low as 99 cents, because and you actually don't even need to like go pay somebody, you know, like so much money to get something designed for you, right? You can just go and buy already made designs and just sell them. I know sometimes that means other people might have those designs already, but you know, it's all about marketing, how you actually market your product. So the next step will be to just place that design on your t-shirt, make sure everything looks good, you know, nothing goes out, right? And if this happens, what's going to happen is that when somebody places an order, Printful will actually send you an email first before actually approving that order, because you're going to be like, okay, there's something wrong with your design here, can you go fix it? Because that actually happened to me once, right? So you're going to make sure everything looks good, right? And then so this is for the white t-shirt. Most times I don't really sell white t-shirts, but again, depending on what I'm selling, right? And depending on your styles, then the colors might not, you know, really go, but this design, it's really great, like it goes on pretty much any color, it seems like, right? So let's click on sports gray. So sports gray seems to be showing me white here. Okay, so that's the white color, you can see that. And then this t-shirt looks really good on black, and then it looks really good on navy as well. And then you have sports gray. So what I do is I'm just gonna sell this t-shirt in the black and the navy blue, just those 2 colors only, right? As you can see, it looks really nice on these 2 colors. And also Printful has text, so depending on the designs, you know, you can add your own text. So I just clicked on awesome. Okay, so just to show you what it looks like, right? And then you can change the font styles, right? You can change the font styles, and then you can also change the color as well. So let me change the color to white, right? You can change the color, and then the text size, you know, and then the spacing, you know, you can play around with that. And you can also add clip art, which is really cool, right? Holiday shapes, you know, line drawings and whatnot. So let me just add a random one here. So I actually don't use, you know, all these extra features because most times I just pretty much drag and drop or pretty much input my own designs, right? Okay, and you can also change the color. Let me change it to yellow, for example, right? Just to show you, you know, what other features that Printful has, right? So that's the t-shirt, right? So let's say, let's say we just want to test the waters with Printful and with print on demand t-shirt business. Then you can just sign up for a Printful account and just use the designs that they have here already. Like, guys, it is that easy and that just easy, right? Okay, so let me just X out of these ones, because obviously I'm not going to use any of these. I already have my own design right here. All right, I think this looks good, right? All right, so next thing we're gonna do will be just click on proceed to markup. So as you can see, now we have the the lady, and we have just the regular t-shirt. So I'm just gonna go click on that. Click on this markup, and then I can either choose black or blue, but in this case I think the black looks better. So proceed to description. So Printful has their own pre written description, so usually I would use that, but then I also add my own description as well. So let me just go at that really quickly. All right, so now I've actually added my own description. So for SEO purposes, I'm just gonna go type that, which brings men shirt. Okay, so I just added that. And then next is the size guide. So what I really like about Printful and Etsy is that you can check this box. So the last image will be this chart right here. And then you can choose, if you want the imperial system or the metric system, right? Because my target market, I'm mostly in the US, so I choose that. So I always choose both, right? So next thing you're going to do will be to fill in your tags. So with Etsy, you get maximum 13 tags. So in a different tutorial about Etsy, I'm going to show you how to get these tags. And what I really like about Etsy is that they actually tell you the exact keywords that people are typing into Etsy and how they arrived on your Etsy store. So usually I would use those tags. So in this case, because I already have other t-shirt in my store, that's how I have all these tags right here. But your own account will be brand new, meaning these tags will not be there. So that's when you have to put in keywords that your target audience will actually be searching for and on Etsy. Okay, so I'm just gonna go put that there. And one thing about tags is that, so you get maximum 13. Most times I use 13. Sometimes I would only use maybe 10. And then eventually, once Etsy starts giving me a report of the keywords that people actually put into Etsy and how they arrived on my store, then I would go back and I would add more tags. Or sometimes I would take out some tags that, are just irrelevant. So just remember that you can always come back and change stuff. So I have that. So for style, you can either choose unisex. So if this t-shirt was like marketed towards men and women, then I would choose unisex. But in this case, because I'm only marketing it towards men, then I'm just going to choose men. And then you click on proceed to pricing. All right, so this is the fun stuff, right? This is where you make sure that you get paid. So for the profit, right, Printful always starts low. So one thing you want to make sure is that you want to make sure that your profit is reasonable, so that let's say you want to run a sale, right? 10% off, free shipping, 20% off, or whatever, right? At least you are not losing money, right? So usually in my case, so I just play around. So with this particular t-shirt, because it's cheap enough, I'm able to also sell it for cheap, right? So I put 100%, right? Or sometimes I'll put more than that, because what I do is I usually run sales, right? Anywhere between 10 to 20%, right? So I always make sure that even if I run a sale that's 20%, that I still make, at least $5 per t-shirt. And you also have to remember that Etsy will charge you 20 cents. So I'm going to show you that later on. So Etsy will charge you 20 cents when you post a listing on Etsy, and when you also make a sale, Etsy will also get a little bit of a cut. And you also want to promote your store, because right now it is completely brand new. So at least for the first 7 days, you want to make sure that you promote your store, so that at least one or two of your t-shirts will come up on the first, maximum the third page, when somebody goes in and search for a product that you are selling, right? So again, you want to factor in all those numbers. So sometimes I might even increase this to 110. And so it says here profit is $10. So even if I do run a sale 20% off, right? So that's like $2 off. That's $17. That's $8. And by the time you've taken out, it is 20 cents and then whatever amount they're gonna take off, and then let's say I run a sale, at least I'm still making like $5-6. And I also offer free shipping as well. So on my WooCommerce website, I set it up in such a way that I offer free shipping, so at least I'm able to get more sales, especially when you are just new. And with my Etsy account, when you buy at least 2 t-shirts, you get 10% off. And then I believe that when you buy 2 t-shirts as well, you get free shipping. So free shipping, 10% off. And once in a while, I'll go and run sales on my store, so 10% off. Let's say it's Thanksgiving or whatnot, then I would run 20% off, right? So I mean, you can only use one or the other, right? So 20% off, and then if you get buy at least 2 t-shirts, then it's free shipping. So with Printful, shipping for t-shirts starts at like $3, but then when you publish it, it's $5, because they want to make sure that at least there's a little bit of a room, right? And for additional t-shirts, it's $1 extra, right? So that's like, if somebody buys a t-shirt, that's like $4, that I'm actually losing. But at least if your profit is set in a reasonable way here, right, at least you are making some sales, right? So at the very beginning, you might just be willing to sell, very low, so that you can get some reviews and sales. Okay, so I've set that up. So at least it's $19 and it's below $20. So my t-shirt looks cheap still. And then, you have that. And then let's say, I run a 10% off promo, right? And then you buy 2 t-shirts, free shipping. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then you're gonna go click on section. So your Etsy account will be brand new, so meaning you're gonna have to go and set up your section. So I believe I have to go make a separate tutorial on how to actually create sections on your Etsy account. Otherwise, this tutorial will take like an hour. Okay, so I'm just gonna go click on Blackman, submit to store, and now it's gonna get published on my Etsy store. So now what we're gonna do is, now we're gonna go on Etsy and continue with this process, right? So now we've already set everything up on Printful. So right now it's showing me that it's syncing with my Etsy store, right? So now that you have it, you're just gonna go click on edit on Etsy, because now it's saved in draft, right? And you have to go make sure everything looks good, set it up on Etsy before you can actually publish it on Etsy, right? So hopefully we can finish this tutorial in under 30 minutes, because I don't like to put out tutorials that are too long. All right, so now Printful will bring us to Etsy, as you can see right here, right? So right now it's showing me this listing, and again, you have to be logged into your Etsy account. So if you are logged out, or let's say you are logged into a separate Etsy account, it might mess things up. So you want to make sure that you are logged into the proper Etsy account, because you don't want to do all this much work and then you have to start all over. Okay, so as you can see, we have our the 2 colors, the 2 t-shirts, and then we have the sizing chart right here. So I always mention in every listing to check out the sizing chart, and sometimes I will actually copy and paste. So on my WooCommerce website, because with Etsy does, I mean, Printful doesn't actually publish this sizing chart on WooCommerce. So I would actually copy and paste. So I actually created on on a Word doc, and then I would actually copy and paste that sizing chart on every single listing, just to make sure that people actually order the right size, because I actually don't take any exchange or returns. So I just thumbnail, make sure everything looks good. So right now what I usually do is, most times when I'm just putting out a new t-shirt design, I just post it like this, and then the next day or so I would then go and create a mock-up for it. But for now, we're going to use that for now for the sake of this tutorial. And in the different tutorial, I'm going to show you where I go and get my mockups from. Okay, so we have that, and then we have the title that we created on Printful. Again, you can always come here and you can change stuff around. And so all this stuff, because Printful syncs with Etsy, right? It chooses all that for you. All right, so you don't have to do anything here. And then I always choose manual, or you can always choose automatic, because this listing it's only good for 4 months, and you pay 20 cents, very cheap. And it's a physical product, right? And then I have my description here that I wrote on Printful. Sometimes, let's say I'm in a rush, right? Then I will just use what Printful has. And then because most times when I'm designing stuff, when I'm uploading new designs to my store, usually I would upload, like, let's say 10 designs at a time. So I like to bulk stuff, right? So if I'm designing, bulk design. If I'm writing description, bulk everything, right? So I'm just copying and pasting. So I have everything right here. So why they should buy the t-shirt, some other features about the t-shirt. And I always say here, allow up to 2 weeks for shipping, because I don't want anybody to start sending me messages after 2 or 3 days, right? So I always list in every single listing, I always list it right there, right? Allow up to 2 weeks for shipping, right? Just so I don't have anybody coming after me. And then, so usually Etsy will ask you, because Etsy knows that, because now with Etsy you can actually sell stuff without making it by hand, right? So, and then you just choose that fashion natural hair t-shirt, right? So you actually don't need to actually put Printful here, right? In the back end, right? Sorry, that we're listing, right? So in the back end here, right? So you can actually put exactly the name of the company right here, right? And then here, and then Etsy will ask you exactly, like, what is the relationship between you and this company, right? So it's right here, right? Printful natural, whatever, right? So, and then just put it there, and then here. So this is actually what Etsy will show, right? So maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna untick that, right? Because it's showing here that show this production partner's name to buyers. Usually buyers most times don't really scroll down that much, right, to actually see this part, right? So I'm just gonna take that out right now. So yeah, it's marked as private. Okay. So here, so this is where, like, I can actually put Printful, and then I will just copy this part, and then I will paste it right here, right? So just in case, because some buyers, because initially when Etsy first started, it was just for people to sell their handmade stuff on Etsy. But now, like, you don't have to physically make stuff by hand and sell it on Etsy. You can go buy stuff from print on demand companies, warehouses, wholesales, and now sell it on Printful. But Printful wants to know exactly who is making those products. So let me just go back to that. I'm just going to click on cancel. Yeah, so when you set everything up on Etsy, that's when you have to go and fill in all those details. But once you've filled it out, which takes like a minute, right? Then then it's just a matter of checking a box. Very simple. So section, right? So we chose black pen, and then these are the tags that we chose on Printful, remember. And right here it shows that we have 5 tags left. So that's it. And like I said, I'm going to show you in a separate tutorial how to find these tags, because I don't want this tutorial to take too long. And then materials, I always leave this part blank, but sometimes people go on Etsy and they start searching for stuff, right? Like cotton t-shirts, silk t-shirts, polyester or whatnot, then that's when you will actually put this detail. So Printful actually tells us what makes it up, so right? So 100% wing spot cotton. Yeah, so here I'm just gonna check out this one, but most times, like 99% of the time, this part is actually blank, because most times for my customers, they actually go on Etsy and they put in these tags and my t-shirt will come up, right? And then quantity, so these parts I just leave blank. So these are actually the pricing that we set on Printful, right here. So again, I usually leave that part blank, and then for the shipping, so it's right here, right? So for some listings, so it's showing right here. Some listings I have them at free shipping, and so that's when I would actually set the price to be a little bit higher, so I can cover my costs, right? But I just, so initially when I first started my account, I was offering free shipping on some listings. Now, you know, I just charged the $5, right? Unless, let's say, you order at least 2 items from the store, then you can get free shipping. And again, there's a way that you can set that up on Printful, on Etsy. And okay, so because we are in the t-shirt business, right? So let's say you have a group of people, right? Like say they want to go for a bridal shower, bachelorette party, birthday, whatnot, vacation, right? And then you can actually allow for personalization, right? But so for this particular t-shirt, I actually can offer personalization. But let's say, like I have a group of ladies or guys or whatever, and they need t-shirt done for them, right? So at least they know that, okay, at least they can contact me for their own personalized t-shirt, right? But for this particular t-shirt, it's not personalized. But let's say this t-shirt, right? Let's say it says fresh queen or whatever, and I have somebody who wants to order fresh baby or something, right? And then that's when I can actually go and create one that says fresh baby or something weird like that, right? So that's pretty much it, right? It's very easy to set up. And then next thing you're gonna do, so I'm just gonna go click on preview so I can go check out what it looks like. So that's what my listing looks. So that's my store. That's what it's gonna look like. Choose a color, black navy, size, right? Quantity, handmade, made to order. That's important. And then the description that I have, right? My description, right? And then you can check out the, everything right here, and that's the sizing chart. And okay, it's pretty much everything looks good. But let's say you notice something like like a spelling error or whatnot, you just click on continue. Okay. Editing, you go back and you fix stuff. So most times I have to fix this, and then you just click on publish. So when you click on publish, Etsy is gonna let you know that this listing you're gonna be charged 20 cents to your account, and then this listing is good for 4 months from today, right? And then you just click on publish. So now that you click on publish, it's now gonna go show up on your store, right? So now I'm back to my dashboard. So let me just click on that, view your listing, so I can actually go see what it looks like on Etsy, right? So as you can see, this is the t-shirt, right? Color, black and navy. The size, right? So depending on the size, and then the price varies, and again, that's something that we set up on Printful. Although you can have everything to be the same price. So I do have some t-shirt again that every size is the same price, but most times now like 98% of my listings now have this pricing, right? 19 to $25, right? Because that's pretty much how Printful set it up, right? Okay, so you have everything right here, right? So that's my my store. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you can set up a brand new Printful account under 30 minutes, I'll say, because it took me a while to go back and forth between different things, right? So what you're gonna need is mainly two accounts, a Printful account and an Etsy account. And remember, I said that you can only have one Printful account to one Etsy account. So let's say you want to have two separate stores, then that's when you're going to go open a new Etsy account and a new Printful account. And it's very easy to set things up. So it's very easy to open a brand new Etsy account and also to open a brand new Printful account. And once you've opened those two accounts, then you just go and you link those two sites together. And once you have that, just go upload your image to Printful and start creating your beautiful designs. And then the next thing you're going to do after setting everything up will be what? To market, right? You have to promote, because the part where you have to set things up, it's very easy, but the most difficult part is getting those sales and getting consistent sales. So all right, if you have any question regarding this video, leave it in the comment section below and I will see you in the next one. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe and click on the bell so that you can be notified of new videos when I do publish them. All right, take care and I'll see you in the next video.